Small Arms Survey is an independent research institute that's linked to the Graduate Institute here in Geneva, Switzerland. We have a mandate to examine all aspects of small arms and armed violence issues, and our niche or strength is that we provide evidence-based research and analysis. The yearbook is an important element of our work and has also become to be quite appreciated by the policymaking community and civil society as well.
The 2013 yearbook, as in previous years, has a thematic section dealing with non-conflict small arms and armed violence. We also have a recurring feature called the Weapons and Markets section, which highlights issues such as authorized transfers or the latest developments in the UN small arms process, and a few other chapters which look at specific weapon types or issues surrounding production, deployment, disposal.
Our own policymakers rely on the Small Arms Survey to provide independent, impartial research and analysis.
The yearbook 2013 has a theme on non-conflict violence. Approximately 526,000 people die every year violently, and among them only 10% die as a direct consequence of conflict. There are different types of non-conflict violence, and everyone can come across some of them really every day. We have selected a few case studies that are quite important. One is the use of firearms by organized crime groups in Italy. Another one is the evolution of gangs in Nicaragua. We have looked at the land disputes with a particular focus on Africa. We have looked at domestic violence, which sees women as the majority of victims. And finally, we have focused on a case study on South Africa, a country that, despite much progress since 1994, still remains at the top of international statistics on homicide rates.
One very important chapter in the Weapons and Markets section is a chapter on improvised explosive devices. The chapter provides an overview of the different types of IEDs, including the way that they're used by insurgent forces around the world, but above all, it highlights the incredible burden on civilians of IED attacks.
We continue with our multi-year project to monitor illicit arms markets, and we have second installment looking at weapons seized from illegal armed groups in Mexico and the Philippines. And we find that these weapons come mainly from these areas as opposed to from the international global black market. We have a second chapter this year on illicit markets, and it looks at the prices of weapons and ammunition at arms bazaars, underground markets in Somalia, in Lebanon, and in Pakistan.
I think the main conclusion of the review conference chapter is that thanks to the review conference, also the POA and the ITI themselves, we have a relatively complete roadmap for tackling the small arms problem.
The Small Arms Survey's work is important for the United Nations, because in the work that we do in the field of writing reports and working with our member countries to improve their situation on stockpile management and other elements of small arms control, it's important to be fed with good research that makes sense and that is authoritative. And so we reference Small Arms Services work, its yearbook, and its other research a lot in the work that we ourselves do.
The demilitarization chapter provides an overview of activities, technologies, and challenges faced by the demilitarization industry, and highlights some key findings. For example, the lack of capacity to conduct proper demilitarization outside Western Europe and the US.
And this year we mainly provide an update on the top exporters and importers, and also includes our transparency barometer, which is an annual feature. It's very important because it gives us a sense of how well states report over the years, and we see, for example, this year that the level is still quite low, below the average score.
The yearbook's an important publication for us, but we have a half dozen different publication series that includes a book series, includes occasional papers. I would encourage people to visit our website, let us know what interests you, and we'd be very happy to go and share our materials with you.